Hello and welcome to another video of Microsoft Excel. First of all, I would like to request you to please subscribe my channel as I will be posting regular content, not only Microsoft Excel but also videos related to other products. So kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon with it. So uh, here first we are going to talk about Format Painter. The Format Painter tool is a very useful tool and it is one of my favorite tools in Excel. It saves you a lot of time in many places. Like if you like a formatting that you have done in an existing sheet or anywhere in the inside a sheet, so you can copy that formatting and paste it on a new range of data where you want to select the formatting to be just as the like the previous one. Suppose you have a template of data which you have created before, right? If you have a type of report which you have formatted earlier, now you are going to create another report for some other period, but you want the same type of formatting. So the manual way of doing this, like here I have an example where I have two sets of data range. The first one, as you can see, is this one, and the other one, as you can see, is this one. So this one is a very clearly formatted data range, while this one is free of any sort of formatting. And you can see here then there's no coloring or there's no bold or there's no italic being done. So this is clear of formatting, any type of formatting. So this is a data which I have created for some regulars for some set, for a set of for some period. Now this is another set of period for which I want to I have put the date same, but yeah, it's a good idea to change these dates, right? So I will just change it to 21 here, and here also 21. Here also I would change it to 22. Let's talk future, right? Yeah. So this data range is for another period, and this is for another period, right? So I want this data range to look exactly the same like this data range. What I want to do is to copy the formatting of this range to this range. So in order to do that, if I do it manually, then just imagine how much time it will take. First I will just select these two cells and do merge and formatting here, and then do this middle align, so the text will align in the middle of the cell. And now I would like to see what was the font what was the font size, and the color is red, as you can see. So I would have to increase this manually to 16, and then put a bold here, and then use this font color. So I would need to do this for every other cell here, right? So a shortcut way to do this is very simple. I will just press the undo button to get it to the original shape. Yeah. So the shortcut way of doing this is just select the original data, press the Format Painter here. It is under the Home tab, under the Clipboard section, where you will find cut and copy and paste options. This brush type icon is called the Format Painter. So see, it's writing here, like the look of a particular selection, you can apply that look to other content in the document. So it's very easy. Just select the range of data that you want the formatting to be copied. Just click this button, okay, and the cursor will change to something like this, a plus sign and a brush sign. So just select the entire range where you want to copy the formatting. I will select this range to copy the entire formatting. See, it is looking just like this set of data. So here, one important thing to note here is that all these two sets of data, two sets of range, they have the same width, they have the same uh, area of data. Like if you they are having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 13 rows and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 columns. So this is also 13 rows and 7 columns. So what if there are multiple, there's a mismatch between these two width these two sizes of data. Suppose I have this group leaders, name of group leaders here, right? And I have some. So suppose if you have a set of data here which is formatted, and a set of data here which is not formatted, and just quickly add 2 3 data sets here, just entering the name of them, and what you can see, Ryan, Tom, Joe. Okay, so I would like this group leader header to be exactly the same like this. I would like to Ryan to be exactly the same like this. The fonts of Ryan to be exactly the same like this, and the coloring of the formatting, that is this green color, to be also applied to this set of range. So if I select this format painter, see the cell which is selected, and if you take the format painter, by selecting the format painter, this will copy the formatting of the present cell or set of cells, right? So if I click this select this and click on format painter, then it will copy the formatting, like wherever you will apply this formatting, the first cell will be formatted as this, the second cell will be formatted as this, and the cells beneath them, if you select them also, will be formatted as first this, second this. So let's first select the format painter, and we would like to apply on this set of data. So what will happen, first cell will be formatted as the first cell of this range, second cell will be formatted as the second range of this range, third cell will be formatted as the first cell of this range. It will go back to the original loop, like it is like a loop, if it will go back to the first cell, and then it will again go back to the second cell. So let's see what happens here. See, so this Tom is formatted just like this group leader, right? And you can see here the font here is Cambria and 10th of size, font size. Tom is also Cambria of size 10. Ryan is of Calibri size 10, and Joe is of Calibri size 10. So this is how formatting actually works. Now if we have a set of data again here, let's assume we are entering only these two datas. So if we want to apply formatting just like this, so we need to select only two cells, okay, and apply the format painter. See, it will select, it will change this to the desired output. Now what if we want to change the format painter and copy the formatting here also, that we want only the first cell to look like this cell and all other cells to look like these. So you need to copy the exact amount range with the source formatting. So here it is a first cell, header cell, and three other cells. So first cell and three other cells. Select formatting, apply it here. See, it will be just like this one. Okay, this is how format painter works. It copies the formatting the of the range which we have selected, and if you click on a other cell, then it will apply that formatting. Okay. The second tool which we are going to talk about is the slicers. Now, slicers are very similar to filters in respect of what they do, but they are a very easy tool to, and a very fast tool to select, to filter out data from a list. Suppose we have this set of data range where we have continent, country, state, and capitals. So, if somebody tells you to give me the list of some USA state capitals, what will the traditional way of doing this would be? you will select this range to and apply filter over it. Select the country which you want to extract the values, like USA here, and we have this data that we have data of these four state and their capitals. So this is how you would do in a normal setting. If someone wants you to extract a list of state capitals of China, so how you will do, you will first clear the original filter that you applied here, and then select China again. Okay, China here, and then you have the list of state capitals of China. So considering this is a very small data set, so if you consider that this is a very large data set spanning across thousands of rows or hundreds of columns, then it will become very tedious for you to do things with it. So there is a very convenient way of filtering out data from a data range, and that is called slicers. uh, what it does, that instead of going to the desired column, and pressing this button and selecting your values, first of all deselecting and selecting only those values that you require, and then hitting OK. So there is a workaround for this, and in slicers you just need to press some buttons. So how do you insert this slicer? To insert a slicer, first you have to convert this data range into a table. Right? What kind of table? Excel tables. The Excel tables I covered in my first tip video, so you have to watch that video to in order to understand what is an Excel table. Okay, so it's very simple to insert an Excel table. Just select the data and or you can select any cell in the data range that you want to convert into a table, and hit the Control plus T button. T for Tamil Nadu. Hit the Control plus T button, or go to the Insert tab, and under the Table section press the table, and here you can see click OK. Okay, so this has converted into an Excel table. Now here you can select Insert Slicer. A new tab has been created called Table Design, under which you have a slicer. So select this button option and choose the filter that you want to display here. Okay, so if I select country here, right, and if I hit OK, so here I have a graph or data of all the countries present here, and you can see the use of this. Suppose I want to view all the data regarding the country USA. So the traditional method of doing that will be go to the country tab, select the button here, and select USA from here. First unselect all, then select USA, then hit OK. Okay, so this is the traditional way of doing it. What is the slicer way of doing this? Just go to the slicer button, select USA. So it will display only the USA values. Select India, it will display the India values. Select China, it will display the China values. Okay, so this is how slicer works. You can untick this by pressing this button, clear filter, and this will pop your original sheet. You can add multiple slicers. I have added this one slicer. Now you can go here and under the Table Design tab, add another slicer and select country, not state, according to it. Okay, so this is a multi-level filter, you can say. First I select USA. Okay, here under this I select Alabama. Suppose if I have more than one record of Alabama, then all that record will be displayed here, right? So this is how multi-filter level filter would also work. This is a very quick way of displaying data as per your needs. This is the usefulness of slicers. Freeze pane is a very useful tool in Excel, from which you can freeze the particular set of rows or columns or both, so that whenever you scroll the rows of or columns of this of any Excel sheet, the the data which you have freezed using this tool will always display on the top or left of the screen. Okay, so this is it will be much clear if I do some practical here. So select just imagine this set of data, right? So here if I scroll down, then what will happen? This first row will disappear, right? If I scroll down, see the first row is gone, right? So suppose I am at this position and I'm looking at this row. Okay, so I know this is her name is Nancy, but what are these values if I don't know? So here if any third person will read it, then it will become a little bit cumbersome to understand what this data actually is. If somehow the top row is displayed here always, irrespective of me scrolling it down, then that will be very useful. So that in that case, freeze panes is a very good option. Freeze panes or freeze top column or freeze top row. So what you will do here is go to the view tab. Under the view tab you have a window section. Under this window section you have freeze panes. Okay, so, click on that and there are three options. First is the I will tell you the freeze pane option later. First you see the freeze top row option. This will freeze the top row. Which is the top row? This one is the top row, this one. It will freeze this top row and it will stay there irrespective of me scrolling down. Okay, so if I select this option and freeze top row, so now if I do scroll down, then you can see this row is always present. So suppose if I am at this row, right, and I want to know what is this 10711. So I know it is a customer ID, right? I know this is a product name. I know this is the order date, right? So this is a very handy feature. In the same way, if your data goes across multiple columns and you can't if you are scrolling it to the right, you can't see the column that is kept here, then here you can use the freeze columns option if you want to see that, right? If I select this if I unfreeze the panes and if I select freeze first column, okay, so it will freeze this column here, and if we go to the right anywhere, this column will always appear. Okay, so in this sheet we don't have much data to the right, so we don't have that many columns, but there are cases where you have lots of columns here and data is spread out to many columns, right? Now what is freeze panes? This first option, this is actually freezing the data to the left and to the top of the cells which from where you are currently in. Okay, so suppose if I am at this cell, right, and if I select this freeze pane option, then what will happen? Excel will freeze the columns above the rows above this sheet, this cell, and it will freeze above the rows above this cell and also the columns before this cell, right? So it will freeze this data and this data, okay, and up till here. So if I select freeze panes, you will see there is a distinct line also crossed here, that if I scroll down, okay, so this is fixed, this one is fixed, and if I scroll right, this one is fixed. Okay, so this is actually freeze panes, right? Here you can see from where the cursor is, it will freeze the rows above it and the columns before it. Okay, so this is how it works. You can unfreeze. Excel side by side feature is a very handy tool, and using this you can compare data between two sheets. So how do you do that? We go to the view tab, and under this view tab we have a window section, and under this window we have a view side by side option. Click on that, and what it will do, it will open a small window and it will ask you to compare side by side with which Excel workbook that is currently open. So we have two more Excel workbooks which are currently open, so I am going to compare it with financial sample workbook. Just click OK, and you see uh, Excel has already Excel has given 50 to 50 space to both these workbooks. So what actually is the advantage of this is that first you have this both these Excel sheets, and you can see the data here is not actually similar, but if both these sheets are similar, then you can compare what is written in the second column of this sheet, what is written in this row, and there is an option enabled here which is called synchronous scrolling. Like what it means, it means if you scroll down one sheet, it will automatically scroll down the other sheet. So this is where it is enabled, synchronous scrolling, scroll two documents at the same time. If you want to turn that off, then you can just click here twice and it will turn off. See, if I scroll down, the other sheet is as it is. If you want to turn this on, then just click on it and it will start. See, the other sheet is also moving. So this is a very handy tool which you can use. And sometimes what happens, this is a called vertical arrangement of windows. Sometimes there is a horizontal arrangement of windows. Means these two Excel sheets are top and bottom. So sometimes this view side by side will arrange your windows top and bottom. So if you wanted to arrange like this in this feature, then just go to the arrange all section and click on, if it is clicked on horizontal, then click on vertical. See what happens in horizontal, the windows appear like this, so you don't have much space to compare data. The first window is here and the second window is here. So you can arrange all and click on vertical. That is a much better option if you want to compare data between two sheets. So this is how view side by side works. Excel split window feature is very useful in situations where you have a large data set and you want to see the values of the cells which are farther away from the cells on which you are currently working on, right? So for example, I am working on this row, right? For example, I am working on this row and I want to see if the what is the values in a cell which is farther away from this cell, okay, this row. So suppose I want to see this row, what is the value here, and based on that I will select the value in the that sheet which I selected earlier. So for doing that, down I have to scroll this much down so that I can reach this cell, and I have to again go up. I have to memorize first what is the value here, and then I have to again go up and select this cell and enter values based on this, based on the other cell. So there is a way through which there is a way by which we can simultaneously view both of those values, right? And Excel gives us the window feature by which we can view two areas of Excel simultaneously, irrespective of how much far they are. Okay, so to in order to do that, just select the cell from which you want to split. Suppose I want to split this Excel sheet from here. Okay, I need to only see the values in one cell, in one particular cell. So I will split the cell from here. So how do you do that? Select the row and under view, go to the split section. So what it does is, if you select a row, then it will split the worksheet into two parts. This is the first part, and the second part will start from here. Okay, just select, I'm pressing this button. See, it has actually made a line here which will denote that these are actually two parts. Okay, so, and they both are independent, and they both have their own scroll bars. See, one scroll bar is here, one scroll bar is here. This is how I split vertically. You can also split horizontally. Instead of selecting a row, select a column. Okay, and the Excel, press the split button here. Excel will divide the sheet into two parts. Suppose I click here and click split. So your Excel sheet will be divided in first this part, from here, right? Okay, it will divide it from here, and you can scroll horizontally here and horizontally here, right? So here, in this example, the horizontal scroll button is common, but in that example the horizontal scroll button will be different and vertical scroll button will be common. You can also do a mix of rows and columns. Suppose, let's first see what are the features of this horizontal scrolling. So what you get here is, suppose I am entering the value here, right, and you want to see the value of that row which I selected earlier. So first you go to that row here. I think this was let's choose any value here. Okay, let's choose this. Suppose I'm entering the value here and you want to be aware that what is the value here. I want to see what is the value here. Just uh, you can use this by this split feature. You can see what the values are appearing here. Suppose this is some kind of formula, right? So suppose I include a sum formula here. Okay, and yeah, this is the value. You want to see the change in the total value after you change a value here. So here I want to see what is the change in the total value if I change any of the values in this cell, right? So if I change the values here from $5 to $10, then you can see the change here live, right? What is the action of your change? What is the result of your action? So if the traditional method of doing was, if I change the value here, then I will go to the last cell to see the value and then memorize it, right? So that was not efficient. So if you use this split feature, then you can do that, right? So there is split works in three ways. We have seen the horizontal split, right? Now we will see the vertical split. Suppose I want to divide the cell from here. So just select the column and do split. See, the Excel has split into two different Excel sheets. Mind you, this is the same sheet but two different parts. So you have two scroll bars here, horizontal scroll bars, but one vertical scroll bar. This will work in both, right? This is how you do column split, vertical split. Now you can also do mix split. Suppose I want to split from this window, this cell. So if I click the split button here, I am not selecting a row or not selecting a column. If I do press the split button here, what will Excel do? Excel will divide this sheet into four parts. Okay, so first will be the vertical part and the other will be horizontal part. Okay, so it will divide it into four parts. Just let's see what will happen here. If I press this split button, see, it has divided into 1 2 3 4 parts. Okay, so here you can see this is a very good method when you have a very large set of data that you want to monitor the values in other cells. Okay, so here you are seeing this is one sheet, sorry, this is one part. It has its own horizontal scroll bar, and a vertical scroll bar, right? This also has a horizontal scroll bar and a vertical scroll bar. This will also have a horizontal and vertical scroll bars. So this is how Excel split feature works, and you can use it in situations where you need to monitor a value in a cell which is farther away from the current cell on which you are working on. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon with it. I will be posting regular content.